Chapter 4. After 3 wins in a row in their first 3 weeks, confidence was flying high in the team. But they also know a loss could happen any week, and they needed to be focused and ready for their next game. The next game was played against the Rain City Rillabooms, a team that is very strong and coached by a person named Little Pigs. The team had double intimidate with Mega Manectric and Hitman top. The team had great Terra captains in Bishop and Articuno Galar. Offensively, the team looked very strong with Ogre-Pond Wellspring, Dragapult, Piloswine, Lemora, and of course Mega Manectric, Galarian Articuno, and the Bishop. Defensively, the team looked very solid with Moltres, Domala, Rillabooms for support, and again the Bishop and the Piloswine with an Eviolite were also very tanky. The coach predicted 6 Pokemon to come: the Moltres, the Dragapult, the Hitmontop, Ogre-Pond Wellspring, Lemora, and Galarian Articuno as the Terra captain. So, the coach had to think what Pokemon he needed to bring to counter this team as good as possible. First up, Cable was brought with as much damage output as possible, while still being able to outspeed everything on the roster of the opponent. With a timid nature and a lot of speed, with a Choice Scarf, Circuitry was able to outspeed even the Dragapult at max speed and do massive damage while clicking Dazzling Gleam. Volt Switch and Thunderbolt both were there to deal as much damage as possible with Thunderbolt or to gain momentum clicking Volt Switch. If the Piloswine was brought and he was fearing a switch in from that, Energy Ball would always 2-hit KO a max special defensive Piloswine holding an Eviolite. Primeape would come for the first time this year, or this season, holding an Eviolite, so its defenses will gain a 50% boost, making it fairly bulky, but also dealing big damage with a 105 base attack, being maxed out, having close combat, U-turn and Rock Slide as the offensive moves. Stealth Rock was added to the Primeape's moveset, so that Primeape was able to set up the Stealth Rocks for Pokemon like the Moltres and the Galarian Articuno. He was having the ability Defiant, when both Mega Manectric or Hitmontop, or possibly even both, would come to the matchup, and they switched in while Primeape was on the field. Defiant would activate, and Primeape would get an extra attack boost on top of the high attacks that it already has. Next was Roaring Moon. Now, last week it was brought more as a specially defensive Pokemon. This week it was a physical defensive Pokemon. Brick Break, Knock Off and U-turn all being added to its roster, so it can, if necessary, breaks through Light Screen and Reflect, get rid of items on opponents, or just switch out of an unfavorable matchup, clicking U-turn, while also keeping itself healthy with Roost. Protective pads were given to Roaring Moon, so if the Moltres would switch in, Flame Body would not activate on the Roaring Moon, so it would keep its naturally high attack stat, rendering it useless when being burned. Jello Shot was a special wall this week. Flip Turn, Rapid Spin, Knockoff and Poison Jab, while holding the heavy duty boots, made this Pokemon clearly as a supportive Pokemon. Flip Turn for momentum, Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards, and Knockoff getting rid of items. Poison Jab was added to it so it can poison Pokemon, or if terrestrialized into a fairy type, get rid of a annoying Galarian Articuno. Bubbles the Azumarill was given a fairly familiar set, but with it quite a quirky change. Liquidation, Play Rough and Aqua Jet, while having Belly Drum as the fourth move was fairly standard, as well as holding a Citrus Berry. The stat spread with Max Attack, Adamant Nature was of course natural, with enough speed to outspeed the slowest Pokemon on the roster of the opponent, with the rest going into HP, while making sure that the number of HP per hit points Azumarill has was even, so Belly Drum would always result in Citrus Berry activating. The quirk was Sap Zipper was given as the ability instead of Huge Power. Without Sap Zipper, Ogerpon Wellspring was a amazing check for Azumarill, with the water type moves being absorbed and it dealing massive damage with moves like Power Whip or even Horn Leech. By giving Sap Zipper to Azumarill, the coach made sure Azumarill was able to handle the Ogerpon without having to lose to it because of being Huge Power. And lastly, Meloetta was added to the roster. With the Assault Vest, it was able to hold off even the strongest of Galarian Articuno. Psyshock, Psychick, Shadow Ball and Alluring Voice was the moveset, but also give him the Terra type of Fairy, so Alluring Voice would always get a boost from Terrestrialization. It was fast enough to outspeed the fastest thing that is behind it on the speed roster, also doing massive damage from its high special attack stat. Well, as with the Assault Vest being able to take pretty much any special hit. So these are the 6 Pokemon that our coach is bringing to the game. Let's see if week 4 would be as good as the previous weeks. So here we are with Little Big, and kind of a surprise, honestly. I did not see these things coming. No Dragapult and a Mega Manectric. No Ogerpon, but Piloswine. I mean, everything else I've got pretty right. No Bisharp. I can get into that. No Komala, no Ribombee. But yeah, kind of some surprising mons, not gonna lie. So what do I start off with? I was thinking leading Primeape, because Primeape takes most hits pretty well. Manectric. Yeah. How well does Xurkitree take it? Wait, yeah, Intimidate. Nice. If I start with Primeape against his Glimmora, that's Glimmets, I said Glimmora. I can two-shot it, I have Jello Shot, so yeah. I like that starting matchup, but it is a Manectric, so he can Mega all he wants, Mega Manectric, but after an Intimidate, my close combat just straight up knocks him out, and that is lovely. But I do think I am just going for a Stealth Rock here, because rocks are great with Moltres, Articuno, and a switching Manectric, likely. On the other hand, if he goes out into Articuno Galar, and that's +1, a Rock Slide does look pretty damn good. But even CC, what is his close combat switching? Probably Moltres. Yeah, I'm just gonna CC here. If he hard switches, that's... Okay, he volt switches without the Mega, so... What does it tell me? Manectric. Volt switch did 32. 18. So without this, Moltres took 18. Rock Slide is not gonna kill it, so that's something to keep in mind. Stealth Rocks would have been better, of course, if I go out into Tentacruel. That's a pretty good matchup for me though, honestly, so let's do that. If he U-turns, he U-turns. Welcome to the No Shit Sherlock show. But yeah, Terra Fairy on the Articuno, that's interesting because I don't really see Fairy. I mean, for the Roaring Moon, perhaps? You need to be Scarfed Articuno or Agility Articuno, so... But smart from Little Big not to immediately go for the Mega activation on the Manectric. Always can do that stuff later. Yeah, CC 18 against defensive Moltres. Yeah, that is pretty much max Fizz death. So, Circuitry. Oh, I could. Oh, never mind. I cannot do Circuitry anymore. Manectric. Mega Manectric. Oh, that's against Circuitry. Against Tentacruel. I have a slow volt switch, slow flip turn, so that's nice. I don't mind taking one hit from Mega Manectric because I still can take on Moltres comfortably, but... Ooh, big crit. A critical hit into a regular Manectric. Manectric. It's under 39% crits. Ooh, defensive. Or at least somewhat defensive. Alouetta doesn't outspeed. Yeah, okay, I've got Fairy as well. Yeah, Psychic is taking it out. He doesn't have a Dark type. So that's looking good. I could also go for Zerg. Energy Ball has a chance to kill. I want this thing gone for bubbles. How well does Roaring Moon take stuff? Amazingly, honestly. With Protective Pets I don't have to worry about Moltres, so yeah, let's do that. Roaring Moon, Moon. And we click Knock Off. Volt switch, 14%. Electric is very low. Hitmontop. Another Intimidate. What do we switch into? Hitmontop. You know, it's more of a defensive set because it's Intimidate. Hitmontop against Roaring Moon. I do not do much against it if he clicks Mach Punch over Booted Punch, because that's a possibility. You are not Technician but Intimidate. I am Intimidated. Mach Punch is a 3 hits. Let's click U-turn, see if he Mach Punches. You do have Roost, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's fine. A U-turn at -1 should do about 10% to an offensive one, so let's see, max HP, let's say it's probably doing between 8 and 9-ish. Let's say around 9%. If I go out into circuitry, a degleam. Okay. Tentacruel. It is. I need Tentacruel alive, by the way. That's very important. I could knock off if Manectric comes in. Whatever, otherwise I knock an important item off, hopefully, so let's do it. If he decides to stay in, that's fine. If Glomora comes in, that's a bit of an issue, honestly. But it's not, so okay, boots. No more boots, so I can pretty much safely switch in or switch out with Flip Turn, I reckon. I mean, it does outspeed. Yeah, I'm just gonna Flip Turn, I guess. Now I need to find an opening to get Primeape in. He has U-turn and Roost. What's a Primeape switch in? Piloswine? Hitmontop? Ish? We'll see what he's... I reckon he's going to U-turn. Because... why wouldn't you? At this point, because there's not much you can do. Question mark, question mark. Tentacruel. Moltres, Max Fist Death. Let's say he has Hurricane. Yeah, that's not doing much. I outspat. Is this a speed tie? 306 max. 236, so that means I have no investment. And Moltres has a little... Oh wait. Last time I outspat... he's probably clicking U-turn, so Kong is pretty safe-ish. Yep, called that right. I reckon Manectric. Hitmontop is Intim, so he's never gonna do that, for sure. Galarian Articuno is also kind of a freebie, I guess. Right? If Articuno Galar comes in, I have to go out into Meloetta. And if he is Fairy... Oh. I have a pretty good... whatchamacallit? Matchup, so... Everything else, Hitmontop, I stay in and click. Intim, let's see, Primeape, Hitmontop, Intim, deactivates. Yeah, CC is free. If Glenmora switches in, yeah, Galarian Articuno, I switch out into Florgasm for sure. And because Articuno outspeeds, I can go for the Alluring Voice. Right? Articuno Galar, if he sets up a Coal Mines. coal mines. +1 and +1. Yeah, Luring Voice looks decent. And Psyshock. Oh, Psyshock. Oh wait, I was calculating with Terra Fairy earlier. Yeah, if he's... Oh, clicking Terra Fairy at least. Feels like a bit like of a slow game so far. Terra Fairy, Agility. Okay. Do I need to click Terra Fairy on Meloetta? He is already Terra Fairy. Psyshock looks like a good chance to 2 shots either way. He's always outspeeding also, so might be a weakness set. But he's not doing too much damage to me at this point in time. Terra Fairy doesn't make much of a difference except for Freezing Glare. I'm clicking Psyshock here in case he goes for the Coal Mine. If he is double setup, he's probably not Recover, so that's amazing if that's true. He doesn't have a single switch into a Psychic type move now. So Meloetta looks amazing all of a sudden. And with special fair enough mix and special, I look good. 40. Yeah, I definitely win this War Earth Nutrition. I think he might have predicted me to Terrestrialize. Psyshock did 19%, so he isn't even fully... He isn't even invested? 19.4, yeah, that's uninvested. So... my Psyshock did 40. This could be a set, I guess, but I am fearing he might have Recover. How much is a crit doing? A crit has a good chance to kill it from this point. He's at 60. Yeah, that's a good chance to kill if I crit here. If I crit. Not gonna say I want to crit, but if I crit. Okay, Piloswine comes in. Piloswine takes it decently well, 26. Piloswine takes 26%. Impish. Seems like a max BizDev set if I calc things correctly. 26 Impish. Oblivious Snowcloak don't affect defense, so yeah, I'm gonna have to keep this safe, so Primeape. Not the greatest switch. Okay, I struggle a bit against Piloswine, not gonna lie here. How well does Circuitry? Decent, need a bit of chip, but I can get that with Primeape, so let's do it. Yeah, like I said, I'm supposed to live that, so I'm clicking Stealth Rocks. Is that really my best course of action? Because Primeape can't kill it from here. So I'm clicking Stealth Rocks. Ice Shards. Oof. Why didn't I think of Ice Shards? Primeape could have done better. 47%. Zerk needs a bit more chip. Roaring Moon. I can knock off. No, I got a song in my head at this point in time. Kind of bugging me. For anyone knowing Electric Cowboy, it's Hurricane. Of Hurricane. It's German, so... It's German Schlager music, so it's kind of funny to have stuck in your head. Not gonna lie. But du musst be ein Hurricane. Na, 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 na. But yeah, Brick Break into U-turn if he goes for an Ice Core Crash into Zerk. Zerk takes that. Honestly, he takes it. Dear God, Zerk Tree, my man. Here I was thinking, you're not that bulky, bro. So yeah, Roaring Moon will knock out Manectric with knockoff. Knockoff into Moltres. Not even bad. Not sure what you are, so... I don't have Stealth Rock, so that's annoying to deal with Moltres. Knockoff into Hitmontop. Could be decent, into Glim. I mean... Glim will probably take about half. Yeah. Damn, bro, got calcs in my head. Moltres. Bruh. Moltres. Bro, I'm so sorry. Also, 36. Crit would do 36 to Moltres, so... I don't get it. Is there anything in my calcs? Because 36 for my crits. What am I missing? Like four... Oh, it has an item. So 36... Yeah, seems about right. Yeah, I need a crit to take it out, so I'm just gonna U-turn. And let's see, hit Monsop against Meloetta. Let's say max HP. He has very little chip. Way too early for Azu. Circuitry, Diglim, not enough. Yeah. Haven't seen him use a single move yet, so... Get on top. Meloetta. Zara Fairy's not doing more, so... Psyshock. No, wait, if he goes back into Pylo Swine. Psyshock is doing more to... Oh. If he... I thought he was more of a Fist Death set. And yeah, then Psychic is doing more. Weak Click Psychic. If Galarian Articuno comes out, that's fine, I guess. Not sure if it puts it in range. 300, so might outspeed. Not really sure. Not having U-turn is kind of not great so far. Shadow Ball is pretty much useless here because yeah, the only psychic type or the only thing that would have taken it super effectively is now a fairy type, so no need for it there. Moltres. Ah, thank god I take out the Moltres, because I was really worried I would have... If it woosed one more time, it would have been a nightmare to deal with. Also gives Roaring Moon a bit more space. As my physical wall dealing with these two doesn't really matter, so frees up Roaring Moon quite a bit, honestly. And Moltres being gone is great because no Flame Body scare for Azumarill. Milo against Mellow. Yeah, Earthquake is pretty free into me right now. If I click Terra Fairy, doesn't really do much for me. So I'm clicking Psychic again for one more turn. On the other hand, how much is Aqua Jet's Raw doing from Azu? That little, because I don't have huge power. There's a huge difference here. Doubles it. I think I want to click Psychic once so Cable can come in. 31, 40 into Mellow. So yeah, no attack. Out into Roaring Moon. Because Ice Earthquake is not doing that much into me. Earthquake, yeah, 35, 4-ish. Knockoff. Honestly, Roaring Moon keeping it together. Respect. I haven't seen anything from the Hitmontop yet, so getting a knockoff on that thing would be nice. Not gonna lie. So far he's seen U-turn and knockoff for me, so... How much is Roaring Moon taking from an Ice Core Crash? Quite a bit. But getting the knockoff off on this thing is immense. I could take out my Nectric, which means Roaring Moon will outspeed everything on his team. Right? Yes, because without him Mega Evolving, I already outspeeded though. That's pretty funny. Also, this thing gone frees up Tentacruel quite a bit to come in. Ice Shards. Bruh. Dude, truly, that is incredibly rough, and I truly am sorry. I don't know what to say because that's just fucking rough, man. I mean, I was already happy knocking off the Eviolites from it, so because that would have opened up. If he would have went for an Earthquake, 33.6 would have done just a little bit more to Roaring Moon. Yeah, those are the numbers I'm getting out of the calc. So he's probably done. He probably doesn't have Icicle Crash, if I had to guess. Articuno Galar. Terra Fairy. Everything does less damage. But yeah, I don't think I need you anymore, so I'm sacking you. Won't tell me anything about this Glamora set besides what the item was, of course, but I can get Tentacruel in to absorb T-Spikes. And how much is... Oh, you are Scarfs. You are a Scarfer. Glamora. Choice Scarf, Earth Power. Roaring Moon. Yeah, that's killing. Circuitry. Likely Dice. Tentacruel. Can take one. Doesn't do much in return though. Mellow. Tanks it like a champ. And how about Bubbles? Azumarill. Did I go +6? I straight up take it out. I think I like this better though. Yes. And I click Psy Shock. Because it will, if he switches out into Articuno, I have a 2-shot. If for this, it doesn't really matter, I believe. It's mounts up. Yeah, that's about the same. And for you, it doesn't matter as well, so Psyshock. Roaring Moon, by the way, did do something. So, just saying. Roaring Moon. Got a kill. Who did kill the Moltres also, by the way? If I remember right, it was Tentacruel. Moltres switches out. Yeah, Moltres back out into Hitmontop. No, it was Mellow. So 1 kill Meloetta, 1 kill Roaring Moon. Yeah, he'll see. Meloetta takes a Scarfed Earth Power. Because I'm Assault Vested. Psyshock is a risk though. Because it has a 50% chance to not kill. So I'm clicking Psychic. Even though it does less if he switches out into Glaring Articuno, I want this thing gone. Like, bye-bye. Also, not having seen anything from Hitmontop kinda annoys me. It's been in so many times, and Azumarill and Circuitry just chilling in the back. Glaring Articuno, yeah, that was to be expected. 36! Oh. Articuno. +2, you know, Psyshock. Psyshock. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Roll. Aqua Jets, not enough. I think this is where I'm saying goodbye to Meloetta. Because either he kills me, or he sets up agility and I kill it. Also, I am 300 speed. He needs to be pretty much max special speed to outspeed me, and he is agility, so... Also, Zerg against Limora. Earth Power has a small chance to KO. Okay. I outspeed? I did not see that coming. I mean, truly not, really not. Electric, Mega against Meloetta. I live anything he throws at me, so I am clicking Psychic to take it out because, yeah. T-Bolt, yep, take it. That thing is Gonzo. I mean... yeah, I mean... Azu switching in looks pretty great here, so... what do you think? Limora, lead. Choice, Scarf. There you go. A Power Gem might kill me. And hit on top. Bullet Punch does kill me. Mag Punch probably doesn't. I had to guess. Oh, it's Ultra kills me. But if I'm Fairy, I do not die to it. So I'm Terrestrializing just in case he is not. Bullet Punch, Mag Punch. Oh dear God, he isn't. Whew. Good goal. Meloetta standing her ground. Yeah, now it's just seeing what he goes for and getting the correct switch in, I guess. So I'm clicking Psychic here. And I am sacking Meloetta. Meloetta, respect for what you did. You have been amazing. But yeah. If he goes Earth Power, Azumarill comes in. And +6, I should be able to kill with Aqua Jets. So against Tapu, Glimora, Choice, Scarf. Yeah. So if he Earth Powers, I go into Azumarill. He goes for Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb. Azumarill dies. Xurkitree can live at least one. He outspeeds though, so Azu doesn't. Aqua Jet does do around 30 and Xurkitree needs about that chip, so also Tentacruel can also do that chip, so yeah. Tentacruel does take a couple of those. I'm knocking off, by the way. Kinda dumb though, right? No. Earth Power into... Might have been a mistake! Oopsie. Nah. He isn't Toxic Debris. He's Corrosion. Ah, funny. Might have blown my differential here for a bit. Oh no, wait, because Cable cannot... he can. Oof. I'm just T-bolting. No kill. Earth power doesn't kill. Okay. 85, so not really a high roll. GG's. Does it feel like I deserve a win though? I mean, I've got so many crits this game, it's kind of crazy, and I feel really bad for Little Big. For sure, because... But yeah, in the end, it is what it is, right? Sometimes you have a game where you get critted back to back to back to back, and sometimes you have the games where you crit back to back to back to back, so... I mean, I'm not saying it's like I got the crits and it's part of the game so I deserve the win, but the part where I say it's part of the game, it kinda is, so yeah, on the one hand, I got lucky. Point blank, not gonna lie, I got lucky, but yeah, it's part of the game and it's not something you really can plan for, so yeah, it feels... I did win. It is what it is. And yeah, GG's against the Little Big. I hope we can get a rematch in playoffs where it's not such a hexy game, so... Yeah, thank you all for watching. It was kind of a long battle, so you kind of soldiered through. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Chapter 4.5. After the battle, the coach decided he wanted to make changes to the team. Primate, Griffloon, and even Escavalier felt like they were not getting used to their fullest potential. So the coach decided to drop Primate and Escavalier, picking up a Mudsdale and a Swaddle. Mudsdale being the physical wall that the team needed, but also giving the team extra option of stealth rocks that it would lose by dropping Primate. Swaddle was added because with Escavalier gone, a Terra point was able to be filled up, and with just 1 point in general left on the board, Swaddle would give the team sticky web options where needed. The second change that was made, Griffloon, not being utilized fully to its potential, was given a the status of Terra Captain, so Griffloon was now able to terrestrialize its typing to any type it wanted in battle, just like Meloetta. With these changes, coach thought the team would perform even better than it was already doing.